anybody wants. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatadam Bande Shri Gurum Dintaranam Brahmanand Madhvam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanto Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Desatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णवविंद की जय सिमल भक्तविंद की जय नित्य गौर प्रनंदी हरि हरि बोल. So we are done with 5 lessons so far, and yesterday we completed Guru Padasraya. So today we'll go through lesson 6, selection of Guru, and then initiation vows and Guru Puja. These 2 classes will be done by Lalagwal Prabhu next week. So what we are going to do, we'll try to go through the reading material quickly so that we can get some time to do some exercise here. And yeah, so let's start. So selection of Guru, that's the topic for today. And we are going to study qualification of a bona fide Guru, and then the procedure for selection. Right? You have to also select your spiritual master, and then a spiritual master will approve that your selection is right or not. How he approves? Yes, I'm ready. I can give you initiation. So it's both party who have to agree. Okay. Vacho begam manasa krodha vegam jihva begam udarupastha begam itan vegam yo visaheta dhira sarvam apimam prithavim sasishyat. So nectar of instruction gives us this guidance that who are qualified spiritual master. And many of you who have gone through Bhakti Shastri, we have talked about it. So this tells that the spiritual master is one who has Vacho Begam, who can control the Vega of talking, Mansa, mind, Krodha, anger, Jiha, tongue, and Udarapast, genital. So the person who can control these urges, Etan Vegan, Yo Bisaheta Dhira, the person who can control Bisaheta, what they can control? Etan, these, Vegan, these Vegas.
Urges.
Yes, sir.
These urges,
Yeah,
or urges of the 6 urges.
6 urges, yes. Thank you, Prabhu. 6 urges. So one who can control these 6 urges, Sarvam Apimam Prithvim Sasishyat. That person, that's the qualification that's coming from nectar of instruction. The person who can control these 6 senses are qualified to make Sishyat, disciple, Prithvim, to all the earthly planet. This is a qualification given by Rupa Goswami. We can see in the picture. So Vachu Begam, the urges of speech, Mansa Begam, the demands of mind, Krodha Begam, the impulse of the anger, Jiva Begam, the vehemence. Hare Krishna Mataji, you are back?
Yes,
Or
Prabhu, last night. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
The
Krishna.
vehemence of the tongue, and then Udar, the urge of the belly, and Upastha Begam, Upastha Begam, the agitation of the genitals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 urges who can control is qualified to make disciple all over the world. So let's read some of the sentences now. would like to read?
I'll read it. Qualification of a bona fide guru: a sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, the actions of anger and urges of the tongue, belly, and genitals, is qualified to make disciples all over the world.
Yeah. So if somebody will ask what are the qualification, then we can basically count these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and tell those. Okay. Tad vigyanaartham sa gurum evadikachyata asmiti pani srotrayam brahmanishtam. So this verse is given here. This is basically part of the verse. So let's see the full verse. This is a beautiful verse. Parikshaya lokan karma chitan brahmano nirvedam ayan nasti akrita kritena tad artham sa guru mevadikachyat shamit pani srotriyam brahmanishtam. So here is part of the verse, but this verse is coming from Mundaka Upanishad, and it says that a person who is Brahmanishtam. So symptoms of such a spiritual master is that he is expert in understanding the Vedic conclusion, Brahmanishtam, and therefore he constantly engages in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So a spiritual master should be constantly engaged, and he should be Brahmanistha, means he should be expert in understanding the Vedic conclusion. So 6 qualification we saw there. The 7th one we can see here. It says that he should be expert in understanding the Vedic conclusion. And 8th one or 8th one, he is constantly engaged in service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? So what is happening that a learned man here who are expert in understanding the Vedic conclusion and who is constantly engaged in serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Parikshaya Lokan Karmachitan Brahmano. This person, when he looks at around, he sees somebody is working in an office, somebody is doing shopping, somebody is mopping the floor, somebody is driving car. People are engaged in multiple activity. Nirvedam ayanasti akrita kritena. Kritena. They all are engaged in multiple action. But he sees that, or he, by looking at, this is a very powerful verse that we use a lot. Parikshayan lokan karmachitan brahmano. He's looking around and he sees that people are very busy. Prabhupada, when he was on this planet, when he was in here, he said, people on the highway drive so fast. Where do they go? Where they are going? They're driving so fast. Where they are going? So a learned person who are expert in understanding the Vedic conclusion and who are constantly fixed in the service of Lord, Parichayan, when he inspects the surrounding, he finds that everybody is engaged in akrita kritena. Everybody is acting for something, but that is akrita, that is akarma, not akarma, but this is bikarma. I mean, if you really give the very technical name for that word, they are engaged in activity which are going to bound them by the repeated birth and death. So the real word will be bikarma. Akarma is neutralization. So he sees, oh, these people are engaged in bikarma. So what he does, he start helping them. He starts helping them and inspire them to proceed to a spiritual master. Tad vijnanam artham sa gurum eva adhikachyati. The one who is inquisitive, they should be inspired, they should be given direction to approach a spiritual master. So after carefully examining the results that can be attained by karma in the material world, a learned man becomes fully detached, knowing how uncaused can I have any cause. So what does it say here is that he examines everything around himself, and after examining everything around himself, he gets fully detached. So this is basically talking about us. We get fully detached. How we get fully detached? How uncaused can have any cause? Means we are the soul. Krishna says, as a Sankhya philosophy, that soul has no beginning, no end. Kamaryavanam jara tatha dehantar praptam dhirastat namuyati. I mean, the soul is changing the body. We all are at the different stage. But the real person that I am is not going to be impacted by all of these things. So how one cause can have any cause? And by having that type of meditation, he basically proceed tad bigyanam. Since he have that bigyan here means realization. Bigyan and gyan. Okay. So in our terms, in our uh, in our school of thinking in Vedic context, began normally in a simple way. Began mostly refers to practical understanding, but began for us is realization. So this person achieved that realization that this uncaused has no cause, and all of these people are engaged in the krita krita. He develops detachment, and with that detachment, he approached to a Samit Pani Srotriyam Brahmanishtam. He approached to a person who are Brahmanishtam. So a spiritual master is Brahmanistam. And what does it meaning of the Brahmanistam? That he understand the purport of the Vedic teaching, and he is constantly engaged to service the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, so this is what this Mandaka Upanishad is telling us. Do we have some degree of detachment? Yes, 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 we have. So there is nothing meaningful that can give the eternal happiness except bhakti. And once he realizes that, then he proceeds to a spiritual master. Okay. So let's continue understanding the qualification of a bona fide guru. Who would like to read that?
I will read them.
Yes.
Understand To understand these things properly, one must humbly approach with firewood in hand, a spiritual master who is learned in the Vedas and firmly devoted to the absolute truth.
Yeah.
Mandaka Upanishad.
Yes. So same verse. Uh, one must humbly approach the spiritual master. And who is that person? He is learned in the Veda and is firmly devoted to Supreme Lord. Okay, we'll continue reading. Okay, I have to read this one. Achara prachara namera karha dui karya. Tumi sarva guru. Tumi jagatera arya. This is coming from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Achar prachar namera karha dui karya. What is the symptom of a pure spiritual master? Achar and prachar. He personally acts and he preaches what he's acting on. So we say normally walk the talk, right? So a pure, a bona fide spiritual master is walking the talk. Tumi sarva guru, tumi jagatera arya. And that person is the spiritual master of all living being because he has compassion, he has care for other being. So let's read that here. Continue reading, please.
You simultaneously perform both duties in relation to the holy name by your personal behavior and by your preaching. Therefore, you are the spiritual master of the entire world. For you are the most advanced devotee in the world. Chaitanya Charitamrita.
So are we catching the points? So here we got two more points that he's teaching by his personal behavior, and he personally also believes, he personally acts on what he believes in, right? So achar and bichar, achar, acharan, and his bichar, they are same. That person can be spiritual master for the entire world. Good. Continue reading, Mataji.
The qualification expressed in this connection are that one must act according to the scriptural injunctions and at the same time preach. One who does so is a bona fide spiritual master.
Yes. So we talked about that. And then this is another beautiful verse. Kiba Vipra, Kiba Nyasi, Sudra Naya, Ei Krishna Tattvaveta, Sei Guru Haya. So Kiba Vipra, Vipra refers to Brahman, right? Poor Brahman normally is known as Vipra. Kiba Vipra, Kiba Sannyasi, Shudra Naya, Jai Krishna Tattvaveta, Sei Guru Haya. It's clear, right? A person who is knower of the Krishna Tattva, he is real Guru, not the one who is born into a Brahmin family, or not a person who is sannyasi, or not the person who is Shudra. That doesn't mean that a Brahmin cannot be Krishna Tattvaveta, or a sannyasi cannot be Krishna Tattvaveta, or Shudra cannot be Krishna Tattvaveta. Any one of them can be Krishna Tattvaveta. But the main thing that we are, when the selection of guru happens from you, right? So when you are trying to find a spiritual master, oh, somebody might be very advanced, but you don't want him to be a spiritual master because he was born in Sudra family, right? And when Prabhupada disciple, some of the advanced disciple, when they go India, the Indian traditional Brahminical or Vedic type of people, they say, how come they can become guru? They don't accept them bona fide guru. So somebody Shudra, or even India and somebody Shudra, Shudra, right? The four Varna. So Shudra cannot be a spiritual master. No. If they are Krishna Tattvaveta, that's the qualification. Or if somebody just a sannyasi, or somebody sannyasi but does not know anything about Krishna, we cannot take the shelter of that person because he's sannyasi. Or we cannot take the shelter of a Vipra because that person is Vipra. That's not the criteria. The criteria, the most important criteria is that Jai Krishna Tattva Veta. Veta means knower. Krishna Tattva, the science of devotional service about Supreme Personality of Godhead. Say Guru Haya, very simple, Bengali. Say Guru Haya, he is the spiritual master. Okay. So when we are looking for a spiritual master, we are looking for a person who is Krishna Tattva Veta, whose guidance and whose association will inspire our Krishna consciousness. Please read, Mataji.
Whether one is a
Please continue. Yeah.
Whether one is a Brahmana, a sannyasi, or a Sudra, regardless of what he is, he can become a spiritual master if he knows the science of Krishna.
Yes. So a person who is knower of the science of Krishna, right? It will continue, it will keep on going. Yes, please read. Continue reading. If you like to give somebody else, that's also fine. Totally up to you.
Will read. Even without any qualification, one can become a spiritual master. How? Now the process of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Amara Adnyaya. Oh my order, that is the crucial point. One does not become spiritual master by his own whims. That is not spiritual master. He must be ordered by superior authority.
So we'll keep on building the points, okay? We'll keep on building the points. So here, Amare Agya Hoye Guru Tare Udes, Jare Dekho Tare Kaho, Krishna Upadesh. So Amara Agya, Prabhupada is saying here that a spiritual master does not become whimsical type of person. We cannot go and find somebody, on the street who is Krishna Tattvaveti, who is talking about the science of Krishna. No, that person is acting under the guidance of Mahaprabhu or Krishna. So very clearly Prabhupada said that is the crucial point. One does not become a spiritual master by his own whims. That is not a spiritual master. He must be ordered by superior authority. So when you are looking for a spiritual master, you are looking for a person who is perfect disciple. A person who is perfect disciple, which means a person who is falling into the line of disciplic succession. This course is designed for devotees who are aspiring to get initiation. So that's why some of these points are being emphasized. Don't think that there is no application of these things. There is application. We sometimes, if we are talking to people who are not very exposed to Krishna consciousness, we are telling them that if you are trying to get initiation from somewhere, from a person who is not part of the disciplic succession, please don't do it. Or if you're trying to, and it happens in India, cool guru, and then their sons and grandsons. I know in our family also there was one Guru Maharaj who was coming, and he was not educated even, and he would just come, he would never teach anything. I mean, I'm not trying to criticize, by the way, I should not go to that point. The point here is that Krishna Tattveta and falling from a line of disciplic succession. That is what we are trying to emphasize. So when you are ready to take initiation from a person who is following the instruction of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu gave instructions to 6 Goswami, and from 6 Goswami, we have Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and then from him, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, then Narottam Das Thakur, then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and then Jagannath Das Baba Maharaj, then Gaurakishore Das Baba Maharaj, then Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Maharaj, then His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. Then our spiritual masters, right? So you can see the connection. So that's how we select the spiritual master, and there are other bona fide line of succession. I'm not saying that we have the only bona fide line of succession, but diksha should be taken from a person who are part of a bona fide succession, who is working under instruction. Supreme Personality of Godhead and superior authority. So when we say superior authority, it includes Lord Himself. Then please continue reading.
Then he is spiritual master, Amara Ajnaya, just like in our case. Our superior authority, our spiritual master, he ordered me that you just try to preach this gospel. Whatever you have learned from me in English, so we have tried it. That's all.
Yes. Prabhupada was given instruction. He was given instruction from his spiritual master on his very first meeting. You look a smart gentleman. Why don't you take this message of Krishna consciousness and preach all over the globe? Prabhupada, that's what he did. So we went through multiple points, and we'll do the exercise to jot down those points. What are the qualifications of a bona fide spiritual master? But before we do that, let's go through how to do the selection of a guru. Can somebody else read?
Yes, Prabhu. Selecting Guru. So therefore the process is before accepting a Guru, one must hear him at least for 1 year. And when he is convinced that here is actually a Guru who can teach me, then you accept him Guru. Don't accept whimsically.
What do you all think about that thing? Do you agree? The relationship has to be built. So if you are aspiring to be initiated by any spiritual master, try to hear from him. See if it's talking to your heart. See if it's inspiring you. See if you think that you can take his instruction and give your life. If your Guru Maharaj comes in front of you and say that I want you to do XYZ, and you will see, multiple brahmacharis and devotees right now, they have given their life to the order of their spiritual master. But the sambandha, basically, sambandha has to be established, right? Sambandha is what is being emphasized there in different way. That you must understand the relationship. Don't whimsically, oh, this Maharaj is easy to give the initiation. I can go through him. Or this Maharaj is very heavy. I don't want to go through it. It takes a lot of, it does a lot of examination. No, basically, initiation is just the beginning of the process. The rest of the process is still ahead. So be very thoughtful when you are selecting your spiritual master and hear your heart. Chat to Guru. Are you really convinced? And if you are convinced, then don't force otherwise too. By the way, if you have already made up your mind, I don't know what you have in your mind, but whatever you have in your mind and your heart says that yes, I need to do that, please proceed with that. After this course, you have a certificate. Reach out to that devotee, dear Maharaji, I would like to take your shelter. Kindly, accept me as your servant. So it's very important that we put some thought. Sometimes it's very obvious symptoms. Sometimes, it's not very obvious. I'm being recorded. Otherwise, I would have told you a story that I have in my personal life. I did not really whimsically ended up selecting my spiritual master. There is a story behind that. I was in Columbus Temple cooking on one of the Sunday. Maharaj was visiting here, and I was in the kitchen. And at that time, I was not very strong in my process. So Maharaji came in the temple, and then somebody introduced me to Maharaji. And I was just making khichdi and papad for Radharani. Maharaj just hugged me like that. And I don't know what happened after that. My heart started transforming. At that time, I was still not sure who will be my spiritual master. I was reading, I was hearing him and hearing other personality. But then slowly and slowly, I see that I started showing more interest with Krishna consciousness, and devotees started helping me, and all of that I started coming to my course of action, and I felt that this is my spiritual master. After that, I went Dallas. 4 or 5 years I was there, and people were getting initiated in front of me. And the temple president would come and tell me, I think you are one of the senior person from 2007. I think you should be initiated. I said, I please forgive me. I have to go with my heart. This is what I have decided to do. And I had to wait. Otherwise, I would have got initiation in 2009 or 10. I waited until 12. And then after that, also for second initiation, I was not in the rush. So the point that I'm trying to, I'm not presenting myself as an example. Please don't take it that way. Forgive me for that. The point that I'm trying to make is that feel some connections. Try to, and it will happen. So don't think that just getting initiation is the all matters. There is process that we have to follow, and if we want to stay enthusiastic whole life, then we have to very carefully plan our bhakti so that you keep on growing. Keep on growing. So this is so selecting of a spiritual master, selection of a spiritual master is very, very important step. That's why this course is designed. So please don't accept whimsically, but try to understand and hear at least. What is the recommendation made here? What is the recommendation made here? At least
1 year.
1 year, please hear the classes and associate. When Maharaji comes here, please go to his classes and hear from him and see how feel inspired. Okay, continue reading, Mataji.
The scriptures recommend that both the spiritual master and the disciple place each other under strict scrutiny before mutual acceptance. Since even ordinary household items are tested before acquisition, it is only an unfortunate fool who will fail to go through a testing period in the selection of his true spiritual master, who is the best friend of the living entities.
I don't know how clear this is Prabhupada saying. It's very clear, right? that both spiritual master and disciple will strictly scrutinize before mutual acceptance. And then Prabhupada is giving the example here that even ordinary household items are tested before acquisition. You don't go and just buy something. Do I have utility of this thing? Am I going to be using this thing, right? So only an unfortunate person can find a spiritual master who is the best friend of all living entity without giving enough thought. Continue. This is very self-evident. Okay.
The point is that one must not bring upon himself the calamity of having to reject his spiritual master. If one is prudent, he can avoid such situation.
Very important point. Harinam Chintamani. The point is that one must not bring upon himself the calamity. Oh, I got the spiritual master. I'm not inspired. It happens. I'm not inspired. I don't know why did I take the shelter from him. I don't like him. I mean, his behavior, this fault finding mentality. Yeah, this person is very good, but no, who you are. I mean, why you are thinking like that? How much you know about somebody? So know somebody very carefully, very in detailed way, and then accept. And once you have accepted it, and I'm not saying that you don't have, you have it. You have information. You are hearing from your Siksha Guru will say that I have been in touch with this Maharaji. He has. So all that type of information that you gather is helpful for you in your decision making. But again, don't come to the point. And this is another important thing we have to talk later. One of the lesson is going to be on this subject, how we can and when you can reject your spiritual master. But don't come to that stage where you take the shelter by some peer pressure and then it's not growing you, or you are not going to stay in that relationship. It's commitment, right? So very good point. Okay. Okay, Mataji, please read. Or Mataji, you want to read? Kalavati Devi Dasi Mataji. Kalavati Radha Devi Dasi Mataji. Maharaji has given me a very nice name, Mataji.
Thank you. Selecting Guru. It is a personal responsibility of candidates for initiation to correctly choose by the exercise of their own intelligence a particular devotee as a spiritual master. Candidates for initiation should accept initiation from a spiritual master only after developing firm faith and mature faith in that devotee and in his ability to take them back to Godhead. Sadhu, Shastra, and Guru are the authoritative references to apply in asserting the level of advancement of a devotee.
So how did you like that? This is very good, Okay, Mataji, please continue reading.
Receiving official ISKCON Guru approval signifies that the devotee has successfully completed the authorization process set forth in the ISKCON laws, and that in the judgment of certain senior devotees, the candidate measures up to the standards and guidelines given in the ISKCON law. However, such approval is not automatically to be taken as statement about the degree of God realization of the approved Guru, and it is not intended to replace the intelligent discrimination of the candidate.
Let me go the back one. So it's not going back. I have to go. So candidate for initiation should accept initiation from a spiritual master only after developing a firm and mature faith in that devotee and his ability to take them back to Godhead. I don't know how more we can say, but this is ISKCON law. So, make sure that we have firm faith, firm and mature faith. And how we see that? We see through the eyes, Guru Shastra Sadhu Vakya. By Guru Shastra Sadhu, these are the three references that ascertain the level of advancement. Again, not whimsically. So it's saying, in a nutshell, if I put all of this together, it tells me that a person who is taking initiation also has to have some degree of advancement in Krishna consciousness. If you really try to read between the lines, otherwise, how you would know that somebody's acharan is aligning with the teaching of Guru Shastra and Sadhu without knowing the Guru Shastra and Sadhu, right? Right? Please tell me. So some degree of understanding is required, and how that comes? That comes by associating the devotee, by doing some services, attending Sunday feast that we do, listening the classes, doing some services, and then your senior is watching you. Yes, this person has made. Many of you got initiated. Many devotee got initiated last year. Temple president watching them, and he or she will authorize that yes, this devotee is now shown enough dedication, and I have a firm belief that this person will continue the process. Then he or she will help you in that process to proceed and get the shelter of your spiritual master. Okay, so it's not like that we can just come and quickly get initiated. Rather, and more seriousness, you will show into the process. Your authority is watching you, and they will say, Prabhu, you are doing pretty good. You are coming every Sunday, cooking, doing mopping, helping, dressing Srila Prabhupada, helping with the gardening. All of that, these things are devotional service. We have been talking about it. These are not ordinary service. These services are niskam karma, which is bhakti. And by doing this bhakti, you are showing your love and dedication to our Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then you'll be approved. So some degree of, understanding of Krishna consciousness, some degree of advancement also is what ISKCON law says. Okay. So there is experiential exercise. And I think we'll try to not do that today. And let's see if we get the time. Let's move to the next slide. Okay. So we'll move that one also. Okay, please continue reading. We'll come back to those later.
It is imperative that a serious person accepts a bona fide spiritual master in terms of the Sattvic injunctions. Sri Jiva Goswami advises that one not accept a spiritual master in terms of hereditary or customary social and ecclesiastical conventions. One should simply try to find a genuinely qualified spiritual master for actual spiritual understanding.
Yeah, not in terms of, social customary. What is that? Oh, I live, and there was discussion on that, and that's why this course is, I'm not afraid to share, talk, because that we have to talk, we have to address. I would get initiation from that spiritual master because that's his area. Are you inspired? Are you really inspired? Are you really inspired by that spiritual master? Area is not going to take you back to home, back to Krishna, So do some due diligence and try to find who is your spiritual master. And also, cool guru, right? It says that terms of hereditary. Oh, my father has this spiritual master, so I also want to get. And my grandson should also get it. That's not the point. We don't have to really bias ourselves on those items. Rather, try to find the genuine qualified spiritual master we saw in the previous slide will inspire you and will take you back to home, back to Krishna. Okay, please continue reading. This chapter is a little bigger. Yes, please continue reading.
You do not require large definition what is guru. So Vedic knowledge gives you indication that tad vijnana artham. If you want to know the science of spiritual life, tad vijnana artham sagurum eva abhi kachate. you must approach Guru. And who is Guru? Guru means who is the faithful servant of God. Very simple.
Yeah,
Um,
very simple.
lecture by Srimad Bhagavatam.
Philadelphia, July 12, 1975. Very simple. Prabhupada ki jai. That's all. Tad Vijnanartham. You have inquisitiveness. I want to know about Krishna. Gurumsa eva abhi gachet. Then you proceed towards your spiritual master. So these are some of the process of selecting the spiritual master. His divine grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So now we have some time. It's 2:14, and this one has a group exercise. We have, can we do the, what do you want to do? Can we do the role play? Can we do it? So it says that we have to read the steps for selecting a guru, which we just did. And we can play a drama showing appropriate and inappropriate way of selecting the guru. So we all can make one team, and then you can play a role. Somebody will be maybe take the role of a some mentor, or some authority, somebody from the authority side. Prabhu, I'm very happy seeing your, I'm just giving the examples, devotional service. And you know that this area is basically under XYG Maharaj. And I'm not sure if you have made up your mind for initiation or not. But Maharaj is coming next week. I have talked to him, and he's ready to give you initiation. Are you ready to take it? Now, in this case, you did not know about Maharaji. You didn't study about him. You didn't build your relationship about him. And Maharaji didn't know about you. But since it's his area, he's coming next week, it's going to be very easier. That's inappropriate way. So another appropriate way is that you are approaching I'm just giving an example, authority. Prabhuji, I have been serving, as you know. I'm just trying to, play to give you the idea. Dear Prabhuji, I know that I have been coming to temple from last 3-4 years. I have been working under your guidance. And now I think that I should take the shelter of my spiritual master. Then Prabhu will ask, yeah, I have been seeing you. So have you made up your mind? Yes, Prabhu, from last 2 years, I have been inspiring His Holiness XYG Maharaj. I've been to his retreat. I was so enlivened. I've been reading some of his books. I'm very, very inspired to take shelter of this Maharaji. Oh, and did you talk to Maharaj? Yes, Prabhu. Last year when Maharaji were here, I spoke with him directly, and Maharaji said, just wait for 1 more year, then I'll give you the initiation. So you have spoken with Maharaji, you have been studying with Maharaji, and you have been serving in the temple. Your temple authority, temple management is very happy with your service. So you are meeting all of those criteria. Then temple management will say, Prabhu, thank you so much. Please find out when Maharaj is giving initiation. I'll give you the initiation letter. And you can take that letter. So this is a more appropriate way, right? You are meeting all the requirement. So that's what is the basically exercise that we have to do. 4 of us, I'll be not a part of the drama, but 4 of you, please just discuss who will be what, and play both sides. If the class is bigger, then we divide into appropriate and inappropriate in 2 group. But I think this time we have to go with a smaller class. So just try to play and both side. And you have to think about it. I'll just be myself on the mute. You please think about it, come up with a script and play. And you can be rude, you can be very dramatical, inappropriate side should be clear to understand that this is inappropriate, and appropriate side be very also clear to perceive. So that's what is basically this group exercises. So it's 2:18. We can take 10 minutes maybe until 2:28. We can do preparation, and then maybe next 4 or 5 minutes we can present the drama, and with that we'll be done. I'll give you some homework that we have to do, and with that we'll be done. Is it okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
I'm not going to basically do anything. I'll just keep this slide here on the screen. I'm not sharing, but you're seeing the screen, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu? So it's clear, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so let's do the drama now. I'm gonna mute. It's all in your court now. You can discuss and all can come up with what you would like to come. Thank you.
Namataji, you are very good with the with the design and playing. So,
Yes, Prabhu. I have one small idea. Inappropriate.
okay, we can both do the inappropriate, and both
So
Matajis can do the
last
appropriate.
time we can do last time probably. Two of them do inappropriate and the same concept, two of them do appropriate.
Okay.
Like that.
So Mataji, I have one question. That inappropriate is hereditary, peer pressure, and what is the other points for inappropriate? Selecting gurus. Do you know?
So there are multiple points that
Mhm.
was being mentioned, and you can take any point. If
Yeah,
you
we
like to
can take
take, I just gave one example, but you can take any other point.
social. That's
Yeah,
what it.
and any other, it's totally up to you. There are multiple points that we talked about, and all of these are basically, points. In fact, you can even go and look at some of these items here. Maybe you can, in a very inappropriate way, select a guru who are not qualified. So it's totally up to you how you'd like to craft your story.
Stop showing that kind of face.
So one of them will be a temporal authority and other is a devotee which seek for initiation. So you are a temple authority. I'm a devotee like seeking initiation. So I will come and ask you like, I want to get initiation from the spiritual master because he's so famous. He's a good singer like that in an inappropriate way, like he's a Indian or he's an American, something like that, which
Right.
is not, yeah, that's what I'm planning. So they will do in an appropriate way. So Mataji and Shravanti Mataji, you can do an appropriate way. Is that okay, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
So,
Yeah.
so do you want me to start the question from you?
Yeah. No, I will come and approach you like in an inappropriate way. So
Okay.
And Mataji, Shavanti Mataji, in our case, you can be the temple president. I'll come and ask you.
Your Mataji.
I'll come and ask you that, I'm approaching in an appropriate way, and then we can build from there.
Yeah.
no, Mataji, you have to go and approach in the
Yeah.
appropriate way. Yeah.
Yeah, we are doing appropriate. Yeah, appropriate.
I'm doing inappropriate. Yeah.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, how are you doing?
I'm good, Prabhu. I want to just inform you that I want to get initiation from the spiritual master who is very, very famous. So I want to get initiation from him.
Oh, he's very famous. He's in fact very close. He just lives 25 miles from here.
Yeah, that's okay, Prabhu. And he's very sweet, he will not give a lot of work. So I will, I'm looking for him because he's super easy and super cool. So I want to get initiation from him.
Yeah. Mataji, you've been with the organization for so long, for 6 months, so you should be fine.
It's weird.
And then also, Prabhu is
Really closer.
He has many followers, and his followers are in a good position. So if I get association with other people, I can also get lot of material benefits, Prabhu. That's why I'm basically going to get initiation from him.
Very nice, Mataji. He's Indian also.
Yeah, he's Indian. Yes. I'm not looking for any other people. I want to look only for Indian.
Okay, Mataji. I think I will make sure that you get the initiation. Thank you.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay, Prabhu.
Okay, Mataji, you guys start now.
Hare Krishna, I'm Shravanti Mataji. I
Hare
just,
Krishna.
yeah, if you're free, I would like to take a few minutes to talk to you.
Sure, Mataji, I'm free.
Mataji, I was thinking, seeing all the devotees getting initiated. I'm also following closely the devotees. I'm associating with them. I feel inspired by Maharaj. So, and I'm hearing to Maharaj lectures, and I'm chanting my rounds. It's like almost 1 year, close to that. So I was thinking maybe I should uh, kind of ask you for the guidance and how to help me, and you can guide me whether I'm on the right path or how I can approach. So you can let me know.
Sure, Mataji. You're here for a long time and you're following all the principles what all said. Definitely, I'll suggest you and you can take initiation when Maharaj is ready to give.
Thank you, Mataji, and maybe you can let me know how I can get into the process and help me to start this. So
Sure,
thank you, Mataji.
yeah, I'll find out and let you know.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Very nice.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay. I think we can call on Ramacharya Prabhu. I think we are ready.
Prabhu, I
Okay,
thought we
Prabhu.
already did the drama.
There will be so many drama in this course.
Okay.
This
All right.
course
know
will
what to do
this
again. I
course will
thought-
have so many dramas. I told in the very beginning. That's why the devotee who starts this, I mean, once they start and sees the drama, they like continuing. But some of the devotees that we had in the beginning, they had something urgent. Yeah, there will be some more dramas coming up, Mataji.
Okay. I think we will start with the inappropriate way.
Okay.
Randa Mataji is starting, and I'll be the temple authority.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. How are you?
I'm all right. Mataji, how are you doing? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I'm good, Prabhu. And I'm seeking for a spiritual master and I want to get initiation. I just want to let you know that I'm going to get initiation from a spiritual master.
Very nice. I have been seeing you attending the temple programs for about 6 months. And this Maharajji, he lives only 25 miles from here.
Yeah. And
Very nice for you.
And Prabhu, he has many followers and he sings very nicely and he's very super cool guy. And so he will not assign me any work. So I pick him.
Mataji, you need to do it. I will give you a certificate of ISKCON disciple course without any problem, Mataji.
And also, Prabhu, he's an Indian. I am looking only for an Indian spiritual master. I don't want any other than Indian. I'm just looking for only an Indian spiritual master, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, I agree with you. You should do it.
And also, Prabhu, you will get initiation very quickly. He will give immediately when I go to him, and he will give him immediately. Nothing. He didn't require anything from me, so it is
Mataji,
very
I think
easy.
you are ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was very good place. See, the point was very clear. 6 months I've been seeing you. You are ready now. And what is the qualification? He's a big Kirtaniya. This happens. This is all real. He's a big Kirtaniya and he lives nearby. His Indian body or whatever body it could be. These are the very good, you had multiple points. I loved it. So is any comment from the other side? How did you like this drama?
It
Did
was
it
very
convey the-
good.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
Good.
Did it convey the points?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes. This is the inappropriate way of finding a spiritual master. Nice play. Thank you. Let's see the appropriate side, how it's going.
There's a heart here. Which heart here?
So, Prabhu, I'm doing the person who's approaching for initiation, and Shavanti Mataji is the authority, the temple
Yes,
president.
Mataji.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Shavanti Mataji. If you're free, I would like to have some time, few minutes. I wanted to talk to you
Hare Krishna
regarding.
Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji,
Yes.
remember, like earlier, you had told me that I should think of initiation, and how you can help me, and you also gave me some like whom I can talk to, some devotees. So based on those lines, I've been inspired by one Guru Maharaj. I've been hearing his lectures. I've attended some of his programs and retreats, and also associated with his disciples. So I feel like I'm kind of feeling like I'm attracted to Maharaj, and I would like to take his blessings and get initiated. But before that, I wanted to check with you whether what more I can do, or is there anything else that I need from your end? If you can guide me, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, definitely. I think you are ready with your certification also. You are ready to take initiation, and I'll definitely recommend your name. I'll follow up with Maharaj and I'll let you know.
Sure, Mataji. Thank you very much. And please bless me and also guide me, Mataji, as you're always doing.
Sure, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
very nice. This was a very appropriate way because the devotee has already been talking to Maharajis and associating with their. So, what is the understanding from the other side? What are the things that we find in that drama in the appropriate way? Brinda Mataji, Ashok Prabhu, you can share something
Yeah.
that you.
So I think the approach from the disciple was very good, very appropriate. And it seems that she has thought through this very well and made up the point. She has already met with the Maharaj a few times, and she has been in the process um, uh, for a long time. So I think it was very appropriate from her end, and also the temple authority is ready to support. So I think both were very appropriate.
Okay, so we can just take few more minutes. We have to do this. If we do this one, then this lesson will be done. Is it okay? Can I take 5 more minutes?
Sure.
Okay. So what are the qualifications of a bona fide guru? Take note from the discussion in the box. So
So,
what? Yeah.
Prabhu, I have some notes if you want me to share.
Yes. So we'll give maybe few minutes, 2 or 3 minutes to see if others have note. And if you have notes, yeah. Or while you are talking, others can start making note. So let's take 2 or 3 minutes and jot down few points. And when maybe Ashok Prabhu is reading that he has XYZ point, then see if you have that point or not. That's what he says. Take notes from the discussion.
Okay.
So if you have that point missing, okay, Mataji said this point. I don't have this point. Mataji said this point. So likewise we'll do. So we can start doing that one. If you want to wait 2 minutes, I'm fine with that. Whichever way you want to do. Whoever wants to go first, I'm good with that too.
Right.
We have seen so many qualifications for a bona fide guru. 6 Bega we saw, Krishna Tattvaveta we saw, Vachar and Prachar we saw Brahmanistha, he should be firmly. So there are so many.
Yeah.
We saw.
So, Prabhu, I can start if you want.
Yes, yes.
So, first qualification is that if that spiritual master should have controlled the 6 urges, the urges of speech, mind, anger, tongue, belly, and genitalia. So that's the first qualification. Second is that he should be expert in Vedic literature and its conclusions, not only the literature but its conclusion. And number 3, he's always in constant, he is constantly engaged in service of Lord Krishna and is a faithful servant of Lord Krishna. The next point is that he's fully detached. Number 5 is that his personal behavior should be exemplary, which others seek to follow.
Well, let's
Uh,
stop with 5 points. Let's see if others can add some more points.
Right.
Okay, 5 points, pretty good points. Okay, who else would like to? So anything that Prabhu did not say? We still have many points.
Tattva Darshina, who has seen the truth and realized soul. The bona fide spiritual master should be a realized soul who's seen the truth.
Yeah, Bigyanam Bigyan Darshanam. Yes, he should have realization. That's a good point. Yes. Please make a note if you don't have devotees. Yes. What else
He
we can
can
add?
be from any ashrama, but he should be familiar with all the Vedas.
He can be from any ashram, right?
Yeah.
But he should be familiar with Veda. So what specifically you want from Veda? Veda
Brahma
talks
Tattva.
about Krishna.
Science
Veda.
of Krishna. Science
Yes.
of Krishna.
Yes.
Mhm.
So he should be, he can be from any varna, any ashram. That's a good point.
And
Kiba
one
Vita,
can
Kiba
become,
Nyasa, Kiba Shudra, Haya, Jai Krishna Tattvaveta, Say Guru Haya. Yes. He could be from any varna or any ashram, but he should be specific. We have to be more specific. He should be knower of the science of Krishna consciousness, because Veda can offer so many other things. Veda will teach you on dharma, Veda will teach you on artha, Veda will teach you on kama. But we are not looking for dharma, artha, kam. We are looking for devotion, bhakti. Good. Anything else you have, Mataji?
one can become spiritual master without any qualifications on the order of their higher authorities.
Qualification is there. Qualification has to be there. But you are right. That person, Amare Agya, right?
Yeah. Amara Agnaya.
Yes. Amare Agya. Okay, good point. Anything else?
And Achara Prachara. Like
Yeah.
he has to act and he has to
Yeah.
preach.
I think
Personal
Prabhu
behavior.
mentioned that point. You had that point under your top 5 points, Ashok Prabhu, Achar Prachar?
No, I think it was a separate point. Walk the
Okay.
talk.
Okay. Okay. So please note down that one also. Okay.
And bona fide guru is a Uttama Adhikari. He should be a Uttama Adhikari. He
That
should
is
be in
a,
the top.
that is another important topic. I didn't bring that up, but yes, a spiritual master has to be Uttama-adhikari. And we have to understand who is Uttama-adhikari. But since you said it, yes, take it as it is. A spiritual master is very advanced devotee, very advanced devotee. And how advanced he is Uttama-adhikari. And Uttama-adhikari has multiple definition. One of the definition is that he is Krishna Tattvaveta. So yes, and the 6 urges, 6 Vega, he has control over those 6 urges also. So that also makes him, Uttama-adhikari. So good. Anything else before we adjourn today?
Prabhu, I have a point that a bona fide guru does not act whimsically, right? He follows
Yes.
the.
Yes. The spiritual master should not be acting whimsically. Yes.
And the bona fide guru is also self-controlled. That I think it comes under the
Self-realized, self-controlled.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think we had so many points, right? Almost 10 points, 10 or 11 points. So that's what it is, If you have made notes of all of those points, then the exam is open book. If you see this question coming into your exam, write on the qualification of bona fide spiritual master 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, done. So we have 1 week to go, and this is your notebook that we have given you, handbook. So what are you looking for in a guru? Please write down some of the points as a homework, and then list in the box below some inappropriate reasons for selecting a guru. Okay, so you have to write down this one, and then please read these steps in the handbook. 1 year preparatory method, period. Prabhupada Asraya. If you talk fast, then you skip the syllable. Prabhupada Asraya. Diksha and Siksha Guru Padasraya. And Harinam, then Harinam initiation. So read some of these things. What are the meaning of this? And then next to class, we have chapter lesson 7 that talks about initiation vows. What are the vows? Now you are ready, right? You have found out the means and methods of what is the appropriate and what is the inappropriate way of finding the spiritual master. So now we are ready to take the vows and be initiated. So that will be lesson 7. And Lal Gaura Prabhu teaches that lesson. So he will be teaching that on next Saturday. And then Guru Puja. Now you have initiation, you have a spiritual master. So you are going to worship him, Guru Puja. That is also going to be taught by him. So next weekend, 7 and 8 lesson we'll try to cover. I'll come, I'll be just watching the class. The class is going to be taught by him. And then I will again start from lesson 9, which talks about Guru Seva. So on that day, which is going to be 1 weekend after next weekend after next weekend, I would like to little bit touch base upon what are you looking for in a guru. I'll personally, whoever are there on the class, I will ask, what are the points that you have there, which you personally are looking in your spiritual master? Is it clear so far?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so thank you so much. And I'll see you all in Sunday feast. Okay, thank you. वंशकल्पातरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येवश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे सिंबल भक्तवृंद की जय। Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dandot pranams to everybody. Hari Bol.